Hi, hello everyone. Welcome back to my channel. Virginia here from Jupiter Arts Crafts, and thank you so much for joining me today, for stopping by for another Ruby Tuesday design theme project for Ruby and Pearl XO. Um, Today's project is another Christmas ornament project. I know my last project was the picture frame ornament, but I got excited when she released this ornament kit shortly after. And there are three kits I believe that were released at the same time. Christmas ornaments 1, 2, and stars. And I picked some from, I believe, two of the kits. I think I forgot to print some from the other kit, but I'm showing here some of the select prints. And what I did with this, I mean, you could use this digital kit as simple as cutting out the prints, the images into its shape, and attaching a string to make it a hanging ornament or kind of like a gift tag as Heather originally intended it to. Then there are a few other variations that I will be showing or talking about. Yeah. So one other way is we could actually print the images and then on the back print some other prints, either from any of her Christmas kits, previous Christmas kits with the kind of like the background or like the florals, and even the like wallpapers would be nice. And there's some other print that I use also in this project. So I already fussy cut. I mean, I just saved one for each of the shapes that I actually used. Fussy cut them, and here's one of the circular kind of like bubble shaped one that I have made previously. So, like what I said, I just saved one for each shape, which I will be demonstrating in this video. So, I made this kind of like small. So, I printed those circular bubbles like I think 4 to 1, 4 prints to 1 page of paper, because I was using that in a very small Christmas tree. So with the images printed to a page, the circular bubble is like 4 centimeters, about 4 centimeters or like less than 2 inches in it. And what I did is glue several sheets of those images together to make it dimensional. Okay, we could also like glue just 2 images on the back and forth, so that it's like a flat ornament or tag. Um, this one is the fancy shape. What do you call that? I'm lost with it. So for that one, I think there's the measurement of like about 6.5 or 7 centimeters in length, and probably like yeah, they are 2.5 inches in length. I don't know what to call this shape. I'll just call it a fancy shaped ornament. And there are 4 images in this particular kit, and I also printed them 4 images to a page of paper. So they're very small because of, like what I said, I'm using it in a very small Christmas. But of course, you could print it the original size for a bigger ornament or tags. Maybe you could even print it a little bit bigger as well for bigger sized ornaments. So materials we'll be needing aside from the digital prints. I printed all of this in cardstock, and we need some kind of string, twine. I think what I use here is more like a thick linen thread, and I have some like scrap bead that I can't use for its original purpose. I'm showing in here, so this is one of the images I saved. I'm gonna start with the star. So another thing I did with the prints is gluing some scrap pieces of papers. These are like scraps from some previous projects, and when we cut it out, it's gonna be it won't even show that they were scraps. So also I decorated it with after finishing up assembling it, I decorated it with some German glass glitter. We could do so with gilding wax or whatever glitter or anything you want to decorate it with. But those are all totally optional. I'm showing in here the different stars, uh, the way I did the different star. These are like two stars that I glued different way. So let's get started. So I won't. I'm just fussy cutting this part, and you know the star is the most finicky one to cut out because of all the corners and shapes. But let me speed it up. I cut the video instead. You don't have to see me fussy cutting it. So, like what I'm showing here, look at this. After finishing cutting out the backside with the scrap pieces of paper, they don't really look like they were scrap pieces of paper. So, we could just stick thread string through that, or if it was plain on the back, we could just glue one on the back of the other so that we have those two different prints and we have something. Or we could just simply run the paper front page with the images and then run it back and print decorative print, like maybe like what I said, the background Christmas images or some wallpaper. Okay, let me cut this part as well. Okay, so after fussy cutting them, for this particular one, I'm using four of the stars that we are gonna, each of them we're gonna fold in half. But like I'm showing right now, I'll get my string ready, which is gonna be the string to hold the ornament so that we could hang it in a tree or uh, maybe a gift topper. So just cut it, eyeball it, how short. So what I use in here is like a very flimsy twine or a thick thread. And the beads, some of the beads that I have here doesn't go through a regular needle. That's why I am using a very thin wire, and those wire are also scrap wires from you know the wired ribbons. They have like thin flimsy wire. I save those because I have uses for them, like this, these beads that doesn't go through needle. I could use those wires for as a threader. Okay, so I thread a little bead, so there's something a little added decor onto the ornament. And besides, I can't use those beads for what they are. I don't know how uh, those were handed down to me. Um, so we're gonna fold each of these pieces of stars. So you could do more than four. Some of the, especially the round ones, it's easier. But for to simplify this, the star, I just used four of them. So we're gonna fold all of them in half. It doesn't have to be precise. This is just like a paper ornament. So we don't have to be serious about getting the shape, the symmetry, equal or correct. You know what I mean. Okay, so we're gonna fold each one of them, and then we will be gluing this, which is the next thing that I am showing. So we are gonna glue it on top of each folded side. Okay, I'll just be quiet. You could see it in the demo. I know it's sometimes it's harder for me to express myself, but you guys can see it in the demo. It's a little hard for me. It's sticking out because it's kind of like tiny, and you know, my fine motor. I'm having a little bit of a difficulty with fine motor skills of late. Um, but like what I said, you could see it in the demo. Let's glue it there. Okay, so but you saw that I glued the little hanging string in the middle. Then apply a little glue. Yeah, we try to glue it as close as possible, but it's okay if it's like a little off. And then this is gonna be the fourth one. Okay, once we have glued the last side, just kind of like press it firmly to make sure that it is gonna stay glued. Yeah, that's pretty much it. It's already an ornament with a little bit of dimension, but uh, we'll, later on I'll be adding the glass glitter. I'm removing my wire threader. There you go. We have our one star ornament that we created together. Next, I cut it short and I have my next string ready for this next ornament, which is the round bubble. Same thing. Fold everything in half, and then we'll glue it the same way we did with the star. This is much easier. And with the round one, it's so much nicer if we could do more than just four. For demo purposes, because that's the only print I have left, we're just doing four. Okay, I'll speed it up a little bit. So there you go. I am, first thing I glue is the string, the hanging string, and then glue half on the other half that has the glue, and then we keep on going. And we could also do this not just with the current print, we could do this with all her other prints. And even though if they're not shaped, I mean the prints are not shaped round or stars or bubble, the excess the scrap pieces of paper that has print, we could also use them, and I'll show it later what I created with the scrap pieces of paper. Also, another nice idea I have is like if you want to create like a color themed decor, like all pink, all green, all red, you could pick any of her like wallpapers and make this shape from those. Okay, I think I have to move on. Yeah, because I sped it up. So this would be the last shape I am creating with you guys. This is like the fancy shaped one, which is so pretty when it's finished. So I have my string going there. So same thing. I cut it short. I struggled because I can't get that bead through the thread, but I poked it a little bit more with the awl, and then it went through. So we're gonna be folding the same way as we did with the star and the circular bubble, and fold them in all in half, and then same thing, we're gonna glue it on top of the other after we glue the string, so I could actually speed it up also. So yeah, folding each of them um, half. I think for this shape, it's just nice to keep it like four sheets of paper with the four images. So the images is not kind of like gonna be like covered when we have those too many folds, or what you call that, wedges, something like that. So we're gluing it, and we could also just trace this shape with the other images or other prints, um, to make something like what I was talking about. Like if you want like same color themed Christmas decor. So gluing them all now, and then I think we're gonna be done with this after this one. But like what I said, we can do an optional glittery decoration to it, so that it's a little adds a little bit more festive effect to it. So, but like what I said, totally optional. So I got my a dish of glitter, the German glass glitter, but we could do anything. You could gild it with some gilding wax. So I think I'll just speed it up. No need to explain. Pretty much self-explanatory here. So yeah, just gluing on the part of the edges. So I didn't really care much if the, like what I said, the gluing of the half sides of each paper, if it's like even or not even, if there's an excess, you could like trim it off, or you could ink it if you want, but I did not. I don't want to go through all that trouble, so I kind of use it as a guide where I glue the glue, and then dipped it in the dish of the glass glitter, which is what I'm doing right now. I'm trying to, because I think this is the last of the ornaments. I don't want to add any more glass glitter to the dish. So you could do it however you want. Add any other, you could be as festive, and whatever your you come up with would totally be very pretty. Sorry. Okay. I think we're pretty much with the demo, and then I think I'm just gonna go through what I have come up with. So we have some stars here. Some of one of the first star that I held up there was like the scrap pieces of paper to the side of the prints, and I covered it with some what you call this book pages, some vintage book pages, and did the same thing. Uh, these are from the prints, so I have this like two of the stars that I glued over each other in a different angle, so that more of the rays of the star are, so it's not just like a five-sided star. I forgot what to call that. What's the name of that star? There's a name to that, right? uh, and these are the round ones where I have the four images. Oh, this one is an extra print I have from the fancy book covers, and it's so pretty. Yeah, in person it's very pretty. Imagine the fancy book covers has like so many different colors. It comes in blue, brown, pink, reds. Okay, and these are from the actual ornament kits. I think the one that I did with the fancy book covers are 6 or 8 round sides to it. Um, these are just like a two-sided. I glued together two of the different images from the kit. And for tags, we could just do plain on the back so we have some writing spaces. Um, what am I? Okay, and then these are like little tiny circles that I punch with I think a 1 inch punch, or you could like maybe a quarter, the size of a quarter. You could trace quarter if you don't have the punch. And these are all scrap from the the prints. Some of them are like I have scraps from what was that? Those green one was from the Le Bouquet. So and these are the fancy ones. So I printed them four to a page. So I actually have four of those shaped ornaments. And then the scrap or the negative side, when we cut it out, there's that big space. I run it through an embosser that I have rubbed on some of the gilding wax. That's why it has kind of like a gold hint to it. Well, thank you so much for joining me today, and I hope you found some inspiration with this project. And hopefully, you have time to create some of this. And thank you for all your support this year. This might be my last project share for the year. I'll probably be seeing you with another project next year. Thank you so much for all your support today and for joining me today. I really appreciate you, and you all guys have a wonderful Christmas and a happy new year. Thank you.